So I've been in the dropshipping and e-commerce space for over 6 years now, and there's been a lot that I've learned along the way. But over this time, I've had a lot of success with the business model, and it was actually the very first side hustle that I actually tried at my 9 to 5 when I was trying to quit. Long story short, it led me to where I'm at today, and I haven't really looked back since. You can see here that on one of my stores, I have over 100,000 orders on it, so I've had a lot of success with dropshipping. I think it makes me pretty knowledgeable in the space. And not to mention, this is actually the same store that I got this Shopify plaque on right here. So if you haven't seen one, this is actually the Shopify plaque that they send you once you hit 100,000 orders on your store. You can see on the back here, this was 100,000 orders, and I hit this in February of 2023. Now, dropshipping online, especially in short form content from a lot of creators that you've seen, is really made out to be something that it actually isn't. Everyone online says how easy dropshipping is, how you can start it with just $1. They really emphasize the simplicity of dropshipping, and then they try to sell you a course, right? And then once you actually get into that course, and it could be a great course, I'm not bagging on that, but you quickly realize that there's so much more that goes into dropshipping than you actually think. This brings me to the point of this video. In this video, we're gonna break down the 6 steps that I actually went through as a beginner that you need to take to actually start up your Shopify dropshipping store. These are the normal steps that everyone has to take, but along with this, I'm gonna give you my own personal insight on these steps and the mistakes that I've made, and basically the best way to handle each of these steps while you're building your business. That way you guys have the highest chance of success. So the first step in actually starting your online business or your online journey is finding a product that you want to sell. Because if you don't know what product you're selling, there's nothing you can do past that point. You can't make a Shopify store, you can't start making ad creatives, you can't find a supplier for that product. A lot of people get stuck at this step and they actually never move on to step 2, and they just quit at this point because it's too overwhelming. They get analysis paralysis. They overthink every product that they're looking into. They don't know which one's going to be a winner. There's such a big emphasis on you need to find the secret winning product that no one has used before. And it's just not really the case, especially with my experience that I've had. And a lot of the people that I network with and talk to are kind of in the same boat about this. It's not really the winning product that is the determining factor if you're successful or not. I think there's a lot of things that you can sell online that you probably wouldn't even imagine being winning products, but we're going to cover that a little bit later. And I personally have some sort of a checklist that I kind of go through when looking for winning products just based on my experience. And I'm going to be breaking these steps down to you in 4 different steps. It's super easy, so just follow along and hear me out what I'm saying here, because it might make your process of looking for a winning product that much easier. So the first product criteria checklist that I kind of look for, or the first pillar, would be if the product is eye-catching. And this is not a make or break, by the way, but it's something nice to look for, especially if you're doing organic traffic, which I will be talking about later. So an eye-catching product is one that you can typically film on your iPhone and people will be like, what is this product? How does it work? It's got a cool function. Maybe it's cool lights. That's why you saw a bunch of like LED lights doing very well on TikTok back in 2018, 2020-ish timeframe. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much any product that is eye-catching, right? So if you're going to stop scrolling to view this product and see what it does, how it works, why you would need it, what problems it might solve, that's a good product. And you can't really do this with every product, right? If you are selling this can of LaCroix right here, I don't think this is an engaging product in terms of eye-catching. You'd have to really lean in on your marketing skills and get really creative of trying to figure out how to market this product correctly, which is why you see a lot of like Pepsi commercials, Coca-Cola commercials. They're just not that creative. It's really just like people drinking Coke. It's pretty much it. But that's different because they're going for brand awareness, and we're trying to sell a product that maybe people haven't seen before, or we have to tell them how they're going to use the product or why they should need that product, and then trust us because they've never heard of us before to give us their credit card information and purchase the product, hoping that we ship it out to them. So it's a little bit different if you're obviously a multi-billion-dollar company versus working for your own business, selling your own products with your dropshipping or e-commerce. This brings me on to the second criteria of looking for a winning product. This would be finding products that solve problems, or creating problems around products, or finding this product market fit of this product doesn't normally solve this problem, but if you use it this way, it can solve this problem, and then it unlocks a whole new market. But in the simplest terms, it's just finding products that can solve a problem. It's a lot easier for beginners to sell products that solve problems because you can slightly rely less on your marketing skills that you're probably still developing, especially if you're a beginner, and people will directly know why they need that product. And if they don't, that is your job to tell them, you know, this is why you need this product. It's going to solve this problem and you have this problem. So please purchase this product from my website. A great example of this would be like the Maya product from Nomisk. I'm sure you've seen this product before if you've been in the dropshipping space or you've been looking at dropshipping in general. This is Maya for periods. It solves the problem of obviously period cramps. They went with different angles as well. If you go on their website, you can see that it's not only for period cramps. They now have headband for headache relief, I'm guessing. So now we've got find your solution section on this website because they've been doing so well. So they're like, we could use this product for back pain, periods, headaches, and knee pain now. So we're hitting all these types of different markets that solve all these different types of problems using the same product. Another great one is Zima Dental. I really like talking about this one a lot as well. It's a retainer cleaner. It solves the problem. If your retainers look like that, it's disgusting. So here is the problem solving product. It cleans your retainer with our solution. I'm actually going to be coming back to this later on, but this is another great example of a product that solves a problem. The third criteria that I look for, and arguably I think is the most important in my opinion, I think it's the best skill to learn as well. And this criteria is looking for products that have a lot of marketing angles available to them. And so what a marketing angle is, I'll go back to the Zima Dental as a perfect example. This product you've probably actually seen before not in this use case. So this product was originally a jewelry cleaner, right? So it's a supersonic jewelry cleaner. It vibrates and all the dirt comes off of your rings or your earrings or whatever. That's the exact same product that this is, but they slapped on the marketing angle of cleaning your retainers rather than your jewelry. And what's really cool and why I like this as a side note is they sell the little pods that you put in there for the solution to help clean your retainers. And they sell it on a monthly basis. So it's a recurring subscription as well, which is a really, really cool idea. That's why it's a perfect example of a marketing angle, because they took a product that is typically used for something else, slapped on a different angle to it, and now it's a completely different product that solves a completely different problem. And also in a completely different market and demographic of people. That's why I think this one's the most important and the best skill to learn, because the more marketing angles that you can come up with a product, the higher chance of success that you have, right? If you can come up with 10 marketing angles for a product and you come up with 10 landing pages that emphasize that marketing angle and 10 ad creatives that emphasize that marketing angle, I guarantee you one of them is going to perform better than the other ones. It's like the exact same thing as shooting 10 free throws versus one. The odds of you making one free throw out of 10 are a lot higher than your first free throw. Is that right? Probability wise? I don't know. I'm not good at probability, but you get the point here. And lastly, the criteria for looking for a winning product is I like to find products that you can film with UGC content or the style of it, which is user generated content. This is both good for paid and organic traffic because you want to be able to make content yourself. And so what UGC or user generated content is basically just filming anything on your iPhone that is like native to like TikTok, Pinterest, Snapchat style of videos, Instagram Reels, ones that you can just take on your phone and splice together and edit within the app and actually make a pretty good advertisement out of it. This is the best way to go right now because a lot of advertisements are in 9:16 format. You see most advertisements on Reels, TikTok, Snapchat, and they're all in that format. You don't really want to break that format because it looks most native to the platform. So when you're looking for a product, just keep that in mind. Can I film this? Can I film this on my iPhone? Would it make some great content for TikTok and Instagram? Now, step 1 was finding a product. Now, step 2 and 3, you can kind of do simultaneously if you'd like, but step 2, we're first going to be going over suppliers and figuring out the cost of your product and what you actually need to sell it for to make money off of it. Let's just say you kind of ignored the supplier piece of it, right? And you just went with a random supplier on AliExpress, just hoping that they ship out the product to your customer. If you don't have a solid supply chain and your supplier doesn't actually send out the products, or they're broken or they're wrong, and you're making sales on your store, you are going to run into a ton of headaches. There's going to be customer service complaints. There's going to be disputes against you. There's going to be chargebacks. It's going to be a nightmare. So even if you made $100,000 that month, you might get $30, $40, $50,000 in chargebacks because people never received their product, or the product arrived broken, and you have to deal with that and figure that out. So it's very, very important to actually have a good supplier before you even start selling. Otherwise, you could run into these headaches. It's a fantastic achievement if you make $100,000 in sales, but if you can't fulfill them and you're getting a bunch of returns and chargebacks, you're going to lose all of your money. So it's very, very important to use a reliable supplier, which is why I recommend using Zendrop. So Zendrop is a third-party supplier. It's not on AliExpress, not on Alibaba. They own all of their own warehousing. All of their shipping times are 10 days or under, and they make this whole process just so much easier. So this is the Zendrop layout. You've probably heard of Zendrop before, but if you haven't, it's a great place to fulfill all of your orders. All you do is once you sign up for your Zendrop account, which I'll have a link down below in the description, you'll connect your store, and whenever you add products and link them into here, or you find products on their website here in their find product research section, say you want to add this onto your store right here, you just click add to my products, it goes right onto your store, and now the supplier is already linked on Zendrop. They will fulfill it for you. They'll handle all of that, so you don't have to work with any suppliers, and you won't have any reliability issues. These are all coming from Zendrop themselves, which makes it so much better. And on top of that, once you start scaling your store, they also have really cool things like branding in bundles and boxes here on the left side. So if you want to move into more private labeling, you want to get your brand name etched or printed onto your product, you can do that here. If you want to do like a Valentine's Day sale and you want to sell a like love box or whatever, you can do bundles and boxes here. You can also get custom boxes made. And what's really cool about Zendrop is they can automatically fulfill all of your orders for you the next day. So if you get 10 orders in, you don't have to worry about fulfilling them. They'll automatically do it for you and ship it out directly to the customer. And they'll also upload all of the tracking information automatically on Shopify. So it really just handles all of that for you. They're running a great offer right now. I'm glad to be a partner with them. So they're giving everyone that signs up through my link $200 in product cost credits and 50% off for 3 months all of their premium plans. It's a pretty great offer, especially for the product cost credits, because let's just say you sell your first 10 products in the first week of opening up your store, you're going to get $200 in product credits to fulfill those orders. So you're actually just going to profit all of that money. You don't have to pay for that product cost. So make sure to check it out. I'll have a link down below in the description. You should definitely use that code to get those free credits. So that pretty much handles the supplier section, but you do have to keep in mind the supplier costs as well and what the costs are associated with your product. The costs that are associated with Shopify in general are Shopify fees, which is a very low percentage. There's your product cost, the shipping cost, and your advertisement cost. Those are like your main costs. There can be some other stuff here and there with like certain apps or subscriptions that you might have, but those are ones that you kind of want to bake into your product cost. That way you can actually figure out what you need to sell your product for. So what I recommend for pricing your product is if you find a product for $10, I really recommend marking it up anywhere from 2 to 4 times your product cost. This also depends on the ticket price of your products, like low ticket, medium ticket, or high ticket. So if your product is like $5 cost, you could probably mark it up to like 20 bucks. That's like a 4 times multiple. But if your product is like $100 cost, it's kind of hard to mark it up past 2 times. So up to $200. So just keep that in mind when you're pricing your product, but always just make sure that you want to mark up your product enough to where you still have margin and profit after your advertisement costs, your Shopify costs, your product costs, and your shipping costs. Now, after you found your supplier, you want to move on to step 3. And step 3 is starting up and building your Shopify store. Now, it's a whole beast to learn within itself, the whole Shopify platform. Shopify makes it pretty digestible. They're always making updates to the platform, and it's really just becoming easier and easier, and they're adding more features all the time and everything like that. But you can build out your website completely from scratch if you'd like to. I have plenty of tutorial videos on YouTube on exactly step-by-step how to do that. But right now, honestly, the easiest way to do it and create a converting looking website is just by using my AI store builder. So I partnered with Shopify and Zendrop to actually make this possible. So what it is we'll build a custom Shopify store for you in the niche of your choosing. We're going to add winning products onto it. We're going to give you winning ad creatives. We're going to get the same offers from Zendrop as like the $200 in product cost credits. You're also going to get 35 Shopify detailed course videos on actually step-by-step how to do things, and also like my theory on, marketing angles and how you should approach dropshipping in general. It's basically covering everything that you need to get started and actually scale your store. There's also a ton of resources in there, like email marketing templates, influencer outreach templates, a list of 200 plus winning products is in there as well. So make sure to take advantage of that. It's completely free, by the way. I don't even know if I mentioned that, but I'll have a link down below in the description, or you can DM me the word builder on Instagram and I'll send it over to you. You can actually get your store built in the DMs. It's super, super cool. Again, big thank you to Zendrop and Shopify for making this actually available to you guys. I would not be able to do it without them. It's a pretty cool process. You'll get everything that you need to get started in like 12 minutes or less. Super, super quick. So check that out. So after we've got your store built up, we got to move on to step 4. So we've got the supplier of the product, we've got your store, and now we need to start advertising your product to get traffic onto your website. That way you can sell your product to your customers, and then you can keep the profit in between. But to do that, we need some ad strategy. There's 2 different types of advertising. There's paid advertising and there's organic advertising. First, I'll talk about organic advertising. And organic advertising is posting on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Snapchat, whatever it is, where you can get organic traffic just by posting and not paying to promote your advertisement. So a great way to do this is actually ordering the product to your house. That way you actually have it in hand to create a bunch of content or UGC content on your phone. And what I actually recommend doing is opening up a TikTok page if you're going to post on there. And let's pretend it's in the golf niche, right? So I'd open up a TikTok page, name it whatever your brand is, and then just repost a bunch of golf videos and kind of get the snowball on the account rolling. You don't want to come in super hot right away and just always post ad after ad after ad after ad. People are not going to like really resonate with that in the beginning. So I like to build up somewhat of like a mini theme page before I actually start posting advertisements on that TikTok account or Instagram account. I have some really great examples, but I actually just switched over one of my TikTok accounts right now that was doing well. I'm going to use it for a different brand. But if you look at some of my previous videos, I can show you exactly how I do that and how it worked and how much I actually made from it. They're all on my channel. So organic traffic is a great way to get traffic for free onto your website. If you're on a lower budget, this is a great opportunity and option for you that I did not have when I started. But it's also going to teach you some great marketing skills, how to create videos, what types of videos people like to see, why, what kind of angles, what was it the hook, was it the lighting in the video, was it how you showed the product, were you being funny, what was it? You're actually going to learn all these skills by posting all this stuff yourself. So I think organic marketing is a really great thing to do in the beginning, even if you have the budget to go straight into paid traffic. It's just a great opportunity to learn and benefit from free traffic right now. So I definitely would recommend starting with that. And the next option for traffic is obviously paid traffic. So this is where you're just going on Facebook, Meta, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Snapchat, wherever, and posting your ad and then paying them as a social media platform to promote it to people, right? With the goal in mind to optimize for conversions. They come onto your website and they make a purchase from you. So paid traffic is a whole different beast within itself. There's a decent amount of strategy to it. You kind of have to learn the platform like head to toe of what each button means, who to target, where to target, what age groups, what are good ads, what platform to even run on. There's kind of a lot that goes into it. But the great thing about paid traffic is that it's sustainable growth in a way. You obviously do have to monitor it and make sure everything is working correctly and they're still converting, but you're going to get your traffic a lot quicker, which allows you to make decisions on marketing angles that you're advertising a lot quicker. You can also grow it sustainably. So if you have a successful ad that's running, you can duplicate the campaign and increase the budget. And whenever you increase the budget, there's gonna be more traffic on your website, more sales, more profit, right? So it's a little bit more hands-off versus organic is kind of like a rolling the dice and like hopefully you get a viral video and people go onto your website and purchase from you. Going into paid is more like I'm paying to get customers in here and they're more likely gonna convert. But the problem with paid is also that it is paid. You can burn through a lot of cash fairly quickly if you don't know what you're doing. Even if you do know what you're doing, you still can mess up a lot of times and still be testing stuff with hundreds and thousands of dollars spent on Facebook to get little to no results. But that's just kind of part of the game with paid advertising. Now, I recommend going into organic traffic first, but if you do want to go directly into paid or you want to learn about it more, I've got great Facebook guides. By the way, Facebook is my favorite platform to advertise on. When I say Facebook, I mean Facebook and Instagram. I've got some great guides on my YouTube channel, like full walkthroughs, step-by-step, everything you need to know, and my personal strategies on how to do that. So make sure to check those out after. Moving on to the next step, which would be kind of going back to the supplier stage, but it would be fulfilling your orders, right? So if you're using Zendrop, you can get them automatically fulfilled for you. Just make sure they have customer service emails set up and you're replying to people if they have questions about their order, shipping times, or if they want to make a return or something like that. But all of your fulfillment is going to be handled by Zendrop if you're using them. You know, you're gonna have to figure that out with Alibaba or AliExpress or whatever you're using, and hopefully they're delivering it in a timely manner. So that's like a half step, but the real last step after we've covered everything, and we're assuming that everything's running pretty smoothly, it may take you some time, but you will get there, trust me. And so the step after that is always testing new things. You should be testing new websites, new products, new marketing angles and advertisements for products that are already winning and you're already making money on. You just really have to kind of continuously test in e-commerce because advertisements can fatigue, they can run out of steam, people can stop buying from you, your store can get shut down for whatever reason, you might run out of supply with your supplier. You just don't know what's gonna happen. Shopify could be down, Facebook could be down, so you don't really know what's gonna happen. So you should always be testing new things to improve your income and also prevent yourself from running out of steam. Because if you are just all invested in one product, you got an advertisement that's running, you're doing paid traffic, so you go on vacation, suddenly it runs out of steam and now you're just back to zero income, right? And you have to start all over again. So you always want to be a couple steps ahead of yourself in the future, just so you can be able to secure that sustainable income, because that's what we want to do here. We want to build sustainable businesses. We don't want to just build like quick businesses that will shoot up really fast and then just crash. If you want to do that, that's fine with you, but I want to do this as a career, so that's different for me. So that's the last step. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep your head down, keep working on this. I can tell you that it will work. It's just a matter of time. Some people get luckier and it only takes a week before they hit their first winning product in ad creative. And some people it takes 9 months. But I can tell you that it does work, especially in 2024. More people are shopping online. People are getting comfortable making purchases on random websites with cool products and advertisements. There's so much opportunity out there. You really just have to focus on it and just keep trying. And of course, if you want to learn about anything that I talked about today in this video on any of the steps, I've got full in-depth guides on each of those steps on my YouTube channel. And also make sure to take advantage of that free Shopify custom store builder and free course along with that. That's going to really help you guys out a ton. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.